Hello world and welcome to a different kind of video. Today I'm going to try to keep this as quick and clean and concise as possible, but there are a couple things that I want to talk about. The Rumble Creator Studio was just released the other day, and there's a lot of people who are coming into my stream and or just in general that I'm hearing having a lot of issues with some of the stipulations that you have to actually do for this program, but also using Rumble Studio and the issues that they're having with Rumble Studio. And it seems that the people that have the most issues are probably the ones who were here the earliest on Rumble. I'm still fairly new, so I never really had the issues that these people are having, but it seems like people are having like kind of maybe overcomplicating using Rumble Studio more than they need to. But there are some important things that I want to talk about, again, Studio as well. And point out. And there's something I'd like to address to Chris Pavlovsky as well, who's the CEO of Rumble, but I want to get the tutorial part out of the way first, just to help people figure some of this out. If you go to this link right here, studio.rumble.com/settings/account, it will bring you to this page. I will have this link in the description. Once you click on it, it will bring you to your Rumble Studio account settings, and you want to make sure at the bottom here your stream presets in this drop down is set to 19, or I guess just 1080p 60 frames per second. Okay, it shows you the max resolution that it has, which is 1080p, max frame rate. The audio bit rate, I keep mine at 192. This says 128. People always say that my audio sounds good, so I don't know what the difference would be here between 128 and 192. I just do 192. And then the max bit rate it shows is 10,000. I do like 11 or 12,000 just to make sure I'm staying above that 10,000. I don't want it to drop below that. And then the encoder is H.264. So just make sure that you select 1080p 60 and hit save before you go any further. So right here, I'm in my Rumble Studio, and this would be my OBS if I were going live. This is just a test or example scene, which I know my OBS is a mess, but whatever. What this is going to do is it's going to just let you use your OBS like you would normally. Like everything that you normally do for how you stream outside of Rumble Studio will do the exact same thing. It's just going to be fed through Rumble Studio. So you can either schedule a stream or do stream now. I'm just going to do stream now. I've got a lot of templates here. Don't mind me. I've ADHD. So we'll just do, studio test, right? And we'll do that. Choose a thumbnail as you want. Obviously, make sure that you are using the proper option here selected. If you have a channel and an account, make sure you're streaming to the right one. Because I saw somebody yesterday said that they were actually streaming to their other one that had less followers and everything, and so they had to start over basically. Select your category. We're doing gaming. Put your game in, whatever. Select the Rumble license, whatever. I'm going to do private here. Now, what I'm going to do is, because I just want to have the best quality possible, I'm just going to select source pass-through. It won't let you rewind the streams while you're live. Obviously, you can in the VOD. So we'll select that. We'll go to next. Now, when we get to this screen, I'm just going to hit allow on these things. You're going to have to do a couple things. One, you're going to go down to manage participants, go to ingress, create a new one. On this top drop down here, select RTMP and then type in, I'm just going to call this OBS because that's what we're going to be using here. So just call it OBS if you want. Now, you're going to have to do this every single time. I don't know if that's how it's intended or whatever, or if people say like, oh no, you don't have to. In my experience, I've had to do this every single time I want to stream, even if it's 5 minutes apart. I have to do this. I don't know if the password resets for every time you do this or whatever, but if I keep the same information and hit start streaming again, this will not work after I've used this one already, if that makes sense. If for some reason this stream crashes or whatever, I have to do all this again. So I'm going to go in and copy. We're going to go into settings. We're going to go to stream. We're going to paste in that server there. We're going to go copy this and we're going to paste it in there and hit OK. Now, when we come back here, you're going to see that this says waiting for stream, and we're just gonna hit start streaming. Streaming. And there's that. Now we're gonna mute this tab here. If you start noticing that your audio is repeating and you don't have this little icon to mute the tab, just right click the tab and hit mute. Mine says unmute, but just hit mute. Or you can mute the site, but I'm just doing the tab. So now you can see down here that we've got our OBS showing, and in order to get it into this main screen, we're just gonna hit solo. And there's that. So I've got my OBS running. Everything that you see that my OBS actually sees and hears is now in studio. I don't have to use a virtual camera or anything. It's all in OBS, just like I would be streaming outside of it. I'll give you an example of like music and everything. So we'll play some music and then I'll show you what's happening here. I'll just show you what it sounds like and everything in the VOD. But we'll just hit this and music is playing there. You can see that it's going in my music track, my microphone. If I were to unmute this, okay, so you can hear that the music is playing. If you've got your blurps and everything, you can test them here.
Hey, steady. I don't want to hear no back talk.
Okay, so it shows up there just fine. If you want to do like your other notifications, like a follower alert, here we go.
You got skills.
Okay. All right, so that's all feeding through just fine. Everything, again, is all in OBS like normal. That's pretty much that. And then when you're done, like, you're still not live yet, by the way. Just because you hit start streaming, you're still not live. You have to hit go live up here, and then it'll do a little countdown, and then it'll show you that you're live. So we can do that. If you have a locals account, go ahead and select that. Make sure, again, you're on the right, streaming to the right account or channel, and hit go live. And now we'll do this little countdown thing here. And now we would be live. I'm going to go to my channel, and here is the studio test. All right, so we've got the studio test here, so I'm going to click on this, and if I hit live, there it is. We can see that I've got everything going through here. Now, a question that Pudge was asking me is, how do I get my chat blurps to pop, or the chat pops sound effect? If you guys don't know Pudge, link in the description, obviously, go follow. He's right here. He's terrible at this game, and it's wonderful to watch. So if you've got your Rumbot alerts, right, and you bring this up, make sure it's connected when you start your OBS as usual. You can hit chat, and look, it brings up all of the info. It shows you your followers and your subscribers. If you know this, then you already know this. Great, wonderful. But this would be where the chat is, and this is where the pop sound is. So make sure. This will say disable sound alert, which means it's enabled right now. So this is the pop. This is how you get that sound when people type in chat. Because TTS is broken right now, so I just have this on. So that's all you do, and I would like to do it here, but I don't see the chat option. So I'm just going to type something here and see if it comes through. No, okay. So here's a problem that I want to address. Because I did that right there, this stream is now useless. This stream is dead. If I go back here, it says to enter. I'll go into enter. Doesn't work. Refresh the page. Okay, the page is refreshed, still shows that I'm live, but now nothing works. So basically, don't ever do anything with this. Like, don't type a message, don't do anything. Look, it automatically kicks me out. And what I have to do now to fix this is I have to close this browser. I have to end the stream, close the browser, close OBS, and restart them both for this to work. That's the only way I've gotten it to reconnect. Otherwise, it just does what you're seeing here. It's automatically cycling me out every time. So let me go do that real quick. And for anyone who says you don't have to do that, let me just show you. So without closing this tab and everything, I'm just going to start a new stream. I ended the other stream, by the way. That's all done. But I'm just starting a new one. I'm going to call it Studio Test 2. Go down here, make it private, pass through, next. Now, this just popped up here. Now, you'll see this says you were disconnected from the stream, but it just automatically popped me up into this window. Another type of bug. That's how you know that it's not going to go well. You can select RTMP, you can start typing OBS, and then it kicks you back out. You can hit enter. Brings us back here. Let's just close out of this all the way. Let's maybe click solos. That doesn't work. Hit manage participants, ingress, new, RTMP, OBS, create. All right, we can hit our, nope, now it's done. So yes, you do have to close this window and your OBS in order for this to unscrew itself. All right, so let's see if we can try this again. We'll do this test. We'll just call it test 3, and we'll go to private, pass through. All right, so manage participants, ingress, RTMP, OBS, copy, paste here, start streaming, works, mute, solo. All right, now we're back. Something that I would have wanted to try, and normally it does when I do a private one, but maybe more people have to like be in here. I was going to try the chat in this window, but it won't let me. So again, what broke this last time was trying this. All I can tell you is that if people were to type in your chat and you just turn the sound on, like I said, it'll start working. And again, you basically just do everything the way that you normally would. There's no need to overcomplicate anything. All you're doing is you're just taking your feed and everything that you OBS hears and sees and everything, and all your controls that you would normally do. If I want to switch scenes, I can do that. You can see that switch is there. Again, music, the alerts, the chat pops, everything. As far as I can remember, I think those kind of cover the majority of the questions that I got. Some people are just having issues with the quality in general, like it will crash, it will freeze, it has all sorts of stuff. And this is where I wanted to actually kind of talk about all this and address Mr. Pavlovsky, which I doubt he'll actually see this, but I just want to say it anyways, because it's worth saying. We are clearly on Rumble, us creators. We are on Rumble because we love it and we want it to succeed, and we want just the best for everything, and we want this to flourish. And in turn, we want Chris to succeed. We want that. And the stipulations that we have to do all of our streaming and everything through Rumble Studio, the issues that I have with some of this stuff is that if you want us to promote your product and you want us to be excited about doing that, and you want us to actually enjoy our time on this platform, because if we enjoy our time doing the things that we love doing, we're going to do it more, and we're going to love promoting your product even more, because you're giving us a great product that we love and a service that we love. But if you are going to limit us to using this software or just this interface and everything that is more complicated to get through and is substantially less quality. Again, one of the first videos that I made on Rumble is how to get it to 1440 or 4K. When I go into this, the first clip that you're going to see right here is what the highest quality output is in Rumble Studio. When I was playing Stalker 2, this was the max quality I could get for the 1080 and everything that Studio can output. When it switches to another scene, you'll see a flash. That is me using the low latency server key that they have, okay? So again, this is Studio. If I were to stream right now, this is what my best Studio would look like. This right here is the low latency key, the 1440. It is a absolute night and day difference. If you want people to promote your product, especially if we love your product, we as creators want to promote Rumble. We want to promote all this stuff, but we want to promote your best features. We want to promote with the best quality. Nobody wants to go and promote a product when we are literally cutting our quality in half for seemingly no reason. I understand that it says Rumble Studio. I get that you want to promote your own products, that's fine. But I agree with a lot of the content creators that I've seen on Rumble, the big ones. I agree with them that this does not seem like it is made for gamers at all. And again, I want to make it clear. I'm not saying this for like I'm not calling anyone out. I'm not being like negative criticism. This is constructive criticism because again, we want the best for Rumble and we want everything to succeed. So when I'm saying this, I want you to understand that this is not coming from a place of anger or hate or anything. This is love, and we just want it to be good. So over here on Twitter, my issues start stemming when I don't know how long Rumble Studio has been out for, but the fact that on the same day or the day after, Rumble Studio now supports 60 FPS. That's not something to, like, that's not good. That should have happened long time ago. Audio controls. How long has Studio been out? Why are these features not here already? And then right here, next Tuesday, Rick Rack is going to do a live stream and do a Q&A to start answering people's questions and showing them how to use Studio. Why do we need to do that? That's my question. Just because it has Rumble Studio on it, I guess? Like, the low latency key that we have that lets us get almost video quality live streams, it's all on Rumble. It's all on the same site. Why are we cutting that part out and going into something that's substantially less quality? I know that in the future they're going to update and continue to update Rumble Studio, and I can't imagine that they're not going to put the low latency and everything in there. But even if they do that, I still have another problem with Studio, which is yesterday when I streamed, I did a 12-hour stream last night because, I'm trying to hit those 30 hours. I figured I'd just belt out 10-hour streams for 3 days. So last night I did 12 hours. Yesterday was the first day that my computer was like on the verge of crashing. It had encoding overloaded issues throughout the whole day. It was very slow to open and close things. If I used one of my scene transitions, it would freeze everything up completely and then unfreeze. Games were lagging. And the reason for that is because I had to have this open. I can't, minimize this or whatever. But when I first started streaming and the chat was going through, this chat does not show you actual important things. It doesn't show you who your subscribers are. So when you're in the normal chat on this page here, if my chat was here, you would see kind of the red highlights for all your subscribers, and people would do their little emotes and the little animations and whatnot. And some of the little animated emotes work, but it doesn't show you who your subscribers are. It doesn't highlight any of that. The quality, like the visual quality of the chat, is just not very good. And also, when I first started streaming, I got rated by Pudge, and it did not say any of that here. It didn't give me any notification in this chat or anything. I had to go open up this page, get this chat, and then I could see everything as normal, and it showed me that I got rated. If I didn't see this, if I didn't get lucky and already have this chat open to look at, I wouldn't have known that I got rated, other than they mentioned it in the chat. So what happened was, one, OBS is already taking its feed and now it's sending it through to this. And then this is just copying that and sending it out. That's going to create latency issues, with which people have already been complaining about, how their audio is delayed. Soundboard Lord, his stream was like unwatchable at one point because it was just constantly freezing and stuttering. And not just him, like there's a lot of people who are having this issue that almost can't stream through Studio because it's not fledged out. Again, if the chat isn't even up to date with the main site, there are much higher quality and better options for the streaming outside of Rumble Studio. It doesn't make it just doesn't make sense to really have studio. I kind of get like the idea of this, like being able to do these little duo streams and stuff. That's fine. But this is not for gamers. Rumble Studio is just not for gamers. And it just, in a binary way of thinking, like ones and zeros, like what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. There's no reason for us to have a little middleman for our stream when we can just on the same exact site go here and go live. Why would we go into Rumble Studio and do all this stuff and risk, you know, if you accidentally type the message in private, the stream is done? Or, you know, again, having to have multiple streams open just so that you can have the chat in the proper one so that you can see what's going on in your chat better. And now you're having to watch basically 2 streams in the background. Even if you minimize this or whatever, it's still, your computer is still seeing these videos as being played. So the best fix that I had for it, for my encoding overloaded stuff, was popping out this chat and closing this down, and that helped a little bit, but it still wasn't great. And again, the overall quality of my stream was substantially worse. And again, this is not me saying anything out of hate. This is just constructive criticism, and also making people aware who maybe they pay more attention to the podcasting side and not so much the gaming side, and they don't know what all it takes for us to actually make our streams look good for gaming. And again, we want desperately to promote Rumble. It's all I want to do. I want to have the little Rumble thing. I want to have the shirts. I want to have the hoodies. I tell all my friends about it. All these people who are over on Twitch and YouTube, I'm always telling them, hey, come check out Rumble. It's great. And it's really hard to try to sell that if this is what they have to look forward to. And again, this is not Rumble's best. And we want to promote Rumble, but we want to promote the best of Rumble. And Studio is far from that. Again, even if you start updating things, you're still creating a new middleman that is just unnecessary, and right now is nowhere near what people like me, like the gaming side of Rumble, needs for us to make this good quality. This is more suited for, again, podcast type thing, you know, people just like, I was just a guest on Mod Mondays the other day on Pudge TV, the day before the creator program came out, and we had a 2-hour conversation about all this type of stuff. We talked about Rumble, how much we loved it, the things that we were looking forward to and hoping that we were going to see from the creator program. It was a great conversation. Again, I'll leave that down below as well. Go make sure to follow Pudge and his whole crew, Soundboard Lord, just everyone. Which, by the way, Soundboard Lord, make gaming great again. This is his hat. Go check out his channel and his shop and everything as well. Go get some clothes. Same for Pudge. Same for all of them. I can't promote everyone because there's just too many, but you get it. You find one and they're all connected. But we want to promote the best of Rumble, and we want the best for Rumble. So let us do that. Don't restrict us to using Studio, and also update Studio. Make it better for everyone. This is just not for gamers. This only hurts us. This only hurts the gaming side of Rumble. That's just how it is. Even if people have a smooth stream, you're not having a good quality stream. The quality is not good. It might be okay for some games, and then there's other games. Again, this is the highest quality. I didn't lower this down. I didn't alter this at all. This is straight from my stream. This is the best quality you could pull. So again, this is just constructive criticism. I wanted to do this to help people who are having trouble with Studio and make it less complicated to use. But I also wanted to address this to Rumble and Chris as well, to kind of make people aware that, again, I'm not hateful, I'm not spiteful, I'm not angry. Just this isn't the way to do this. And if that's how you want to do it, then maybe you make 2 programs. Maybe you have Rumble podcasts, or, you know, something, whatever it is, like the more show oriented side of Rumble, make that its own program, and then do a gaming one and let us be outside of Studio. Because regardless of whether you put the low latency stuff in here, it's still a little middleman here that is just unnecessary. it just kind of gets in the way. So again, this is all just this is out of love and respect and constructive criticism. I'm not hating anyone. I'm not, calling for any, I want the best for Rumble. I want the best for everyone on Rumble. I want the best for Chris. I have a huge amount of respect for Chris for this platform as a whole. I started my YouTube channel when I was 18 and I'm 31 now. I've been making content since I was 18. I've been on YouTube, I've been on Twitch, I've been on Mixer, I've been on all these different platforms, and I can tell you definitively that Rumble is the best in terms of the community, in terms of the ability to just speak your mind and have whatever it is, the content that you want, and not have to worry about being shut down or censored like you would on YouTube or Twitch or anything like that. Rumble has been incredible, absolutely incredible, and I want it to continue to get even better. So that's where this is coming from someone who's been on all these other platforms and seen all these other things. Rumble is incredible. So let's all work together and hear each other out. And if there's issues and concerns that people in the community have, it's really important to listen and to find a way to fix the issues and not try to fix the issues by doubling down on something. Not saying that that's happening, but that's a lot of times what you see happen. People start doubling down and saying, okay, well, we'll just keep doing it and we'll make it better in the meantime. Don't do that. Let's do what we can do to be the best things that we can be now, and then fix that in the background. And then if it gets to the point where it's good enough in the future, then we can look at doing that. But don't force us into something that's worse right now. It just doesn't make sense. I can't take this stream, like the 12-hour stream that I did last night. It's very difficult for me to send that to somebody and say, hey, look at the quality of the stream, come to Rumble. But if I do it to from all my other VODs with the 1440, yeah, that's a lot easier for me to say, hey, look at the quality of this. Here's all the benefits of Rumble, and you can speak your mind and just be able to not worry about getting censored. That will make people come over. That right there has already brought several people over from just my end. So this is a tutorial / just constructive criticism video type thing that I hope is received in the way that I intend, and again is not intended for any hate or calling anyone out or anything. It's just, let's fix things that are not the best right now, and let's grow together. Let's keep going. Let's do the Rumble takeover. Let's succeed in that. So yeah, I'm gonna go because I have to stream here in about an hour. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you found this helpful. If you have any questions, I stream Monday through Friday from about 12 p.m. to about 8 or 9 p.m. So again, if there's any questions or whatever, you can just come and hop in the chat if you see that I'm live. If you have any questions or anything on this, you can also just leave it in the comments of the video, and I'd be more than happy to try to help. And I know that, again, there's going to be more updates and everything in the future that will hopefully make this more polished. But again, I've already said what I felt like saying. So thank you all again so much. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit that like and follow button. It helps out the channel very much, and I would love to see you guys in the chat whenever I'm live. So thank you all again so much. God bless. Have a good one.